Guys, just suddenly got in a good mood, you know? You ever notice when that happens, you might be a little down or a little depressed, and then something happens inside, and all of a sudden, boom, you get that surge of, I feel good, right? All right. So we're back, Water Change Wednesday, new viewers. My name is Tom, welcome. And Water Change Wednesday is a question and answer format. So what you do is you ask a question below the video, and I'll answer it out there, and I'll answer it here. However, what's been happening, guys, is I'm getting a lot of repeat questions. And I'm starting to go a little crazy because they would be the same on video all the time. And you guys that have been following me, right, you're going to hear the same thing. So my new rule is this. The new rule will be you ask a question below the video. If I've answered it before and I have a video that explains most of it, then I'll put a link to that video so you can get the answer, and maybe I'll give you a quick answer out there, but I won't present it here because it's just getting a little redundant here, and I don't want you guys to be bored. That's all. If I'm not getting new questions and ones that we haven't answered, what's Water Change Wednesday going to be? So if you want to ask any kind of question, then we'll take those too. It doesn't have to be about reefing. Come on, I've been out here a year with some of you guys, over a year now. Any kind of question you want. All right? All right. All right, so let's get into the video. Water Change Wednesday. I think what I have to do today is my iPad is occupied. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Your questions, my thoughts. This has been on my desk. I'm going to read it off this. Jiby47 asks me, should he use a bacteria starter even though he has cultured live rock from an established tank? And he's concerned about before he puts any corals or fish in there, should he put a bacteria starter? It's not necessary as long as it's been in the tank for a while, so you have surface area on the glass, you have a lot. I know how he feels. Sometimes you want to add that little extra, you know, you think it's a boost to help, and I could say do that. Chem makes a product, it's called Stability, and I told him if he wants to, if he feels a little more comfortable, follow the directions. You can add a little bit to your already cultured tank, and it helps with spikes, you know, so if you're putting fish in or corals in, corals I wouldn't worry about, it's the fish that give off the ammonia, and that could be a problem, but I've never had it happen. But it's not necessary, Jiby47. You're only dealing with it. I think his tank was 10 gallons. So you're not putting that much of a bio load in 10 gallons where you're going to get a spike of anything. All right, here's the 3.5 gallon Pico Reef. I wanted to show you what's going on in here. Look at that Royal Grama. He's got great colors, doesn't he? Anyway, the Pocillopora are these small little clumps you see here. And what happened was I put a small piece in when I set the tank up, And you can see what they do. Polypora drops these spores or releases the spores, and they reconnect on the surface and they begin to grow a new colony. Some even say it's a little bit of a problem for them. But I like the way they look, and as long as they don't overgrow the tank, you can see I have one in the back there. I also have the colostria in the back there. That's already splitting. That was 2 and now it's 3. They grow large and then they split. They continue to keep splitting. It's almost split to 4. I don't have a good shot of it there. I have the pipe organ there. I have the Duncan corals up top. I'm feeding them 3 days a week. The hammer coral. Chris asked if there's an order of putting your mechanical filtration in the backs of, say, your all-in-one. I guess in a larger tank, it would be like your sump area. But in his case, he has an all-in-one. Usually the skimmer is the first part of the mechanical filtration. You want to get that water that goes over the overflow. It's got all the compounds from the top of the water and some of the organics that flow over. That's the perfect spot for a skimmer. And a lot of reefers will put that same skimmer in the sump. Geez, I'm getting a feeling I've answered this before. See what I mean, guys? Like just last week. Anyway, then I would say refugium is your next step along the back in the center compartment. And then finally, I would say any of your GFO or your carbon, things like that, you put in the return pump area, because think about it, it's creating a flow through that area and it's ready to flow back up into the tank. All right, let's take a look at what I did in the 20 gallon. I have to say there was some cursing going on yesterday. All right, so this is what happened in the 20 gallon. If you look, I'll show a comparison here. Here's the piece that's left, and then I had to move these around. What I did is I moved my acros out to the front a little bit so they get a little bit more light. So that's what's going on. If I step back here, you can kind of see Polypora is a little bit smaller now in there. And I cut off so you can see the cut I made. And obviously that's retracted because of that cut. I put it in a cup with some small fragments of Marco rock. That'll probably attach to that within a week. Now here's the couple fragments of Polypora I put in there. I don't know if I'm gonna leave those in there. I'll probably bring them back to Fish Guy Mike. I want all new stuff in here. So this is ready for Sunday. It's gonna go from here up to here, guys, right there. All right. Jason asks, his phosphate is 0.48. Sounds like me. A few videos ago, I mentioned, about chasing numbers. Don't worry about high numbers if everything is looking really good. So he must have saw that and realized, okay, mine's 0.48. That's pretty high, and it is high. The way I approach that is if everything looks good, then I would say, okay, if it gives you peace of mind, work on taking it down a little bit. At that point, I usually do a water change and I siphon and vacuum my sand bed, and that usually brings it down. Say if it was 0.48, it would bring it down to maybe 0.3. If it doesn't, that's when I go to lanthanum and I'll put a few drops of lanthanum. It says it on the box, and I'll drop it down to 0.1. Like right now, I just did a test yesterday. Mine's at 0.3. I just did a water change. Maybe I'll test again and see if it went down a little bit and maybe add a couple drops of lanthanum. I don't chase the numbers, guys. I go by what the tank looks like. Now, If it's 0.48 or 5 and you got some hair algae or unwanted algae going on around there, then you got to get in there, manually get rid of it, and work on lowering it, because obviously your tank is being affected by the higher phosphate. All right, simulated reality, I call him SR. He's running 0 nitrate and 0 phosphate in his tank. And he has a skimmer. And his question was, should he continue to run the skimmer? He said since he's turned the skimmer off, he's noticed his corals to color up and look fuller and look better. So I would say, and what I told him was, then if everything looks good, turn the skimmer off. There are some reefers that kind of periodically turn their skimmer on and off. That's fine. You know, it's all about what your tank looks like. So I would say that's fine if you want to turn the skimmer off. I've always noticed that the skimmer just adds a tiny bit of clarity to my water, and I like that. And don't forget, it also is oxygenating your water a little bit more. If you have a good overflow box into where the skimmer area is, or if it's a larger tank, obviously into a sump, then you get a lot of oxygen, surface to water oxygen that way. The skimmer wouldn't be that important. So I have to show you the Kenya tree. It's made a full recovery. Really nice. The sad thing is, guys, is I'm not sure what I did. It's still 0 nitrate, 0 phosphate. I just tested everything yesterday. So I don't know. It probably was the light. That's the only thing I can think of that I changed substantially. I cranked the light. It used to be about here. In the video, you really can't tell. Let me see if you'll be able to see it. There to there. I mean, that's like a good amount, but you can't really see it in the video. So there it is. I'm gonna get some more of these rock flower anemones, you know, load them. Maybe I'll put them in the tent. I don't know. All right, guys. I think that should do it, right? Come on, say it with me now. I agree. All right, new viewers. This is what I say at the end of the video. Have a great rest of the evening, guys. And Sunday, I'm going to work on it. We have snow out here today. Stop now. We have snow out here today, so no work for me. And it's going to be cold. I can't do too much work because I'm doing stuff outside. So I'm going to really work on that Peninsula reef tank video. Next video, you're going to see it up here. Alright, take care now, guys. Alright, take care now, guys. Have a good one. Alright, take care, guys. Have a good one. Alright, take care now, guys. Have a good one. Have a good one, guys. Take care now. One more. Have a good one, guys. Take care.